Alright, guys, shall we begin? Did you have a break? Did you drink something, eat something? In my class, rules are very simple. Even in face-to-face class, you can eat whatever you want, drink whatever you want. Drink means, guys, old monk, all that is not allowed. Yeah, so other things you can aram se do. Be chilled out, should enjoy in life. Wear comfortable clothing at home. Anyway, since you're at home, be comfortable. And let's begin. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, let us begin. So, company law, right? So, what I'll be doing is, I will also be showing you the BEHR Act wherever needed, quickly, right? Not to create some misery for you, but it will really help us in understanding the entire law. So, for a day or two, let me give a disclaimer. For a day or two, you may be finding it slightly difficult because we are unlearning certain things and learning something new. So, for some people, it will be no problem. For some people, it may create an issue. I am giving you a disclaimer. But hang in there. 1 or 2 days, it will be slightly tricky. Do not worry. Because the body and mind is accustomed to one type of reading. Suddenly we have to change, unlearn that and learn something new. Since we are changing the way we are studying, it is gonna take some time. You need to be patient, right? So if you want a 6-pack ab, it won't come in one day, right? It will take some time. This is like fast track 6-pack ab, correct? So we need to do it the right way, slowly, okay? So let us begin, friends. So basically, let's just analyze. As I told you, you can download any app, you can buy a BEHR Act, doesn't matter. Anyway, I will put up the BEHR Act on the screen for you. You can read it on the screen itself. And when you have a doubt at home, you can check your BEHR Act, MMJC, those free apps and all those things. No problem. So friends, very simple question. If the company is at the center, we have discussed the concept of separate legal entity and all those things. Solomon versus Solomon, Lee versus Lee air farming, correct? That's the thing. So 1 or 2 days you will get adjusted to the entire concept, understand. We know that separate legal entity. When company is at the center, who is there? The left and right side, basically the ones who are going to manage the show is the board of directors. The ones who are going to manage the show is the board of directors, and the one who is going to hold the shares, be the owner, is called the shareholder. We know they are the owners. Company is at the center. My simple question to you, who is more powerful, board or shareholders? What do you think? Who is more powerful, friends, board or shareholders? Come on, tell me. Who is more powerful, board or shareholders? Shareholders, board, should be owners, shareholders. My other Kerala buddies, come on, quick. One gang is full from Kerala, then there's a mixed gang of other places. People from Mumbai, come on, make some noise. What noise, sir? Make some noise of the keyboard, right? Yes. Board, shareholder. Yes. So if you see, that's the thing. The board, then company, shareholders, all these things, right? Now, for that, guys, we have to see one important section, 179. 179 says in simple words, okay, I'll just read the section first. I told you I am going to read it. I'll put it up on the screen for you. You don't have to do anything, don't worry. The board of directors of a company shall be entitled to exercise all such powers and to do all such acts and things as the company is authorized to exercise and do. Simple line. The board of directors of a company. When I say a company, Generally it is, when act uses the word a company, they are not specifying it. So it can be private company, public company, one person company, company limited by guarantee, small company, anything. Basically every company should have a board of directors. Board of directors of a company shall be entitled. I'll be using some section numbers also, don't get worried. Oh, section number I've never touched in my life, this fellow is telling only section number. Don't get worried. I told you 2 days you give me, then you will only get adjusted. We are in the process of unlearning and learning. So just let go of the inhibitions and just dive in. You are going to enjoy, right? See the magic after 2 days. So the board of directors of the company shall be entitled. 2 days means generally it will take around, say it so maybe 3 days. 3 days of our classes, 12 hours. See the magic after that. So the board of directors of the company shall be entitled. Entitled means they have a right to exercise all such powers and to do all such acts and things as the company is authorized to exercise and do. So friends, very simple, very, very simple. What are they trying to tell in simple words? Whatever the company could have done, whatever the company could have done, right? If the company had brains of its own, whatever the company could have done if the company had brains of its own, who can do? Board of directors can do it. Whatever the company could have done, company had brains of its own, who can do? BOD can do. But there is a proviso, the second proviso. What does a proviso do, dear friends? A proviso is given to a subsection. Generally, I hope you know how to read the section numbers and all that. Generally, I'll give you one thing. 274 1GA. If I tell like that, this is generally section number, this is subsection number, this is clause, and this is subclause. However, for definition sections, definition section is already generally given in section 2. But if I say 220, it is not called 2 subsection 20, it is called a clause there, only for definition. Definitions are generally given in section 2, so 2 clause 20 is what I need to tell, right? 2 clause 20. Yes. So then, this however section, should I write subclause A of clause G of subsection 1 of section 274? No. Just write 274 1GA, it's enough. Definition is given in 2 clause 20 and all these things. Very, very, very simple. Got it? Now, proviso adds on to the subsection or gives an exception to the subsection. A proviso either adds on or gives an exception. See here, second proviso. First proviso you leave, second proviso. The board shall not exercise any power or do any act or thing which is directed or required, whether under this act or MOA or AOA of the company or otherwise, to be exercised or done by company in general meeting. Sir, I didn't understand anything, sir. Very good. Leave it. I'll simplify it for you. What they are trying to tell is, I told you guys, again repeat, disclaimer, disclaimer, 3 days you leave, 3 days you leave, leave it, surrender, right? So if you see, whatever the company could have done if company had brains of its own, who will do? Board. But the proviso says, board of directors cannot do those things, cannot do those things, simple words, cannot do those things which shareholders can do. First you told board are powerful, board can do whatever they want. Yes, sir. Now you are telling board cannot do some things which the shareholders can do. Yes, sir. Board cannot do those things which the shareholders can do. What can the shareholders do? It is given in the act, in the MOA and the AOA. In CA Inter we have mucked up like left, right, center mucked up. MOA and AOA are the charter of the company. MOA and AOA are the constitution of the company. MOA is external charter, AOA is internal. Correct? No? Mugging up. Full mucked up in CA Inter. Correct? MOA and AOA, the constitution of the company. Internal guidelines are given in AOA. The overall charter, how it looks and all is given in MOA. What does the company do? What is the objects clause? What is the liability? What is the name of the company? Where is it located? All is it given in MOA. Friends, first dialogue says board is all powerful. Second dialogue says no, board is not so powerful also. Some powers are given to shareholders. Till here is it clear? Are you with me? Till here is it clear? Shareholders powers are given in the Act, AOA, MOA. Right? Are you clear guys? Till here? Are you with me? Yes. Great. All clear and all don't tell. All clear means from everywhere clear. Correct? Great. Brilliant. Here, buddies, come on. Is it clear? Mic testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Come on, reply. Brilliant. Okay. So, Act, MOA, AOA. Okay. Very simple. So, cool. One, here it's going board full powerful. Here it's going board is not so powerful because shareholders also come. Which means they are trying to tell whatever the board can do, let them do. But shareholders' powers are limited to the Act, AOA and MOA. That is what they are trying to tell. Fair enough. Let's take some examples. In that 179 only, no. 179 subsection 3 is there. In 179 only, 179.3 is there. What does 179.3 say? The board, I am reading with you. You don't have to open the Bare Act and waste time. Read the screen. See the screen, it's enough. Okay, then we will write it down. 179.3, the board of directors of a company shall. When the Act uses the word shall, it means you have to do it. It is mandatory in nature. When the Act uses the word, sir, you may means what? You may do it, discretionary. But friends, sometimes ulta happens. May will be shall will be may. All that we'll see later. During the course of the discussion, we are going to see so many things. Okay. The board of directors of the company shall exercise the following powers by means of resolutions passed at the meetings of the board. You know, board meetings, one fellow will be sitting here, one fellow sitting there. They'll discuss all these big shots wearing Armani suits and all those things like that. What all they'll discuss? To make call on shareholders, not this call, money. Okay. Then authorize buyback of securities. Third one, issue securities. Authorize buyback of securities. Securities means shares, debentures and all that. Issue securities, issue shares, debentures and all that. Borrow money. If I want to borrow money, I have to sit across the table and discuss. Invest the funds, granting loan like that. All these will happen across a boardroom where like this we'll all sit and discuss. Tell me friends, now tell me, these whatever I read out, A, B, C, D and all, can the shareholders interfere in this? I will help you borrow money. Because of me only you have to issue securities. Can shareholders interfere? Yes or no? Can shareholders interfere in those things which are exclusively given to the board? No, we cannot. Correct. So one more thing for example, let us say 169.2, which is removal of, okay, 169.1 only will keep, removal of director. I will just see that section. I will only open, no need to, go here and there. A company may, by ordinary resolution, remove a director. We have mucked up in CA Inter that resolution, ordinary, special and all is only limited to general meetings. There was a chapter in my CA Inter called general meetings. There I had mucked up ordinary resolution, special resolution. So a company may, by ordinary resolution, remove a director. Company here will be shareholders. Anywhere tell me, can board interfere and tell don't remove the director? No way. Some powers are given to the board like 179.3. Some powers are given by the Act only to the shareholders like 169.1. Sir, something and all you are telling, sir. Section number and all I don't know. Don't know, sir. It's okay, sir. Leave it, sir. Trust me, sir. Okay? Leave it. No problem. I am just concept you understand. Forget about section number. Correct? 179.3 board. 169.1 only shareholders. Can board come and poke their nose? Act says, hey, get out. I am the boss here. Get out. When I tell you to do it, do it. When I tell shareholders to do it, you do it. Sometimes I'll tell both of you to do it. I am the act. Act is telling, you do it, good. You do it, good. Don't interfere. Sometimes both should do it. For example, 181A. If I want to, let's say, sell an undertaking. Guys, I'm selling one branch. Don't you think so I have to ask the shareholders? Logical. Board is deciding, but don't you think so that I have to ask the shareholders? Branch I'm selling off, one undertaking, one entire entity within it, demerging, like hiving off. Don't you think so I have to ask the shareholders, yes or no? Because it's like an important thing, correct? Yes or no, guys? Yeah. So friends, if you see 180, the board of directors of a company shall, means what? They have to do it. Exercise the following powers only with the consent of the company by, so board will do it only with the consent of shareholders. What is special resolution now? Leave it. We'll discuss it later, not now. So, some items, act will say, hey, board, you do it. Some items, act will tell, hey, shareholder, you do it. Some items come together. That is 181A. Here, board also have to do, plus shareholders also have to do, yes or no? Board will come and ask, act. Cheta, they'll ask. What if act is silent? Now act is sitting and thinking. Good question. Correct? What is act is silent? Valid question. What if act is silent? For example, I will give you section 101, notice of the meeting. Right? Notice. General meeting of a company may be called by giving not less than clear 21 days notice. Okay, sir. Who will give, sir? Who will give? Who will give? Who will give notice? Sanjay says board of directors are the power because shareholders' powers are restricted to act, MOA, AOA. Yes. When act is silent, Hiral also has the same opinion, Arya as well. Right? Varsha as well. Good. Nandakumar also. Right? So, if the board asks, act, Cheta, Anna, Bhai Sahab, tell me, if act is silent, what to do? They say, don't worry. When act is silent, one deadly dialogue I gave in 179.1 first only, no. Whatever the company could have done if company had brains of its own, who will do? Board of directors will do. So friends, notice of the meeting will be given by whom? Board of directors only. Meeting can be called by anybody. You had mucked up in inter. Requisitionist. Meeting themselves. Tribunal. For all items, who will send the notice? Board. Got it? Because the act is silent. So friends, as I told you, point number 1, are you with me, guys? Some items like 179.3, board only has to do. Some items like 169.1, removal of director, shareholders only have to do. Don't get scared of the section number. Disclaimer. Cool it. Nothing will happen. You will figure it out. 2 more days. That's it. Then Third one, together, Jugalbandi series. That is 180. 181, undertaking. BOD plus shareholders. Are you getting the structure of law? When the act is silent. This is that. Cheta. Anna. Tell me. Act is silent. Then who will do? The BOD. BOD will do. Right? BOD will do. When the act is silent, the board of directors will do it. Still it didn't answer my question. Who is more powerful? Okay, let's change it little. I am 100% shareholder of your company. Okay? I am 100% shareholder. Basically, I own it. Lot of money I have. I walk into the company. You will stand up. Oh, sir, please come, please come. I am not a director and all, but I am the owner. Basically, every asset that you have bought belongs to me. Simple. I come in, you make me sit down and all those things. So, you will give me you will treat me really well, right? You will give me masala dosa, you will give me coffee, you will give me idli, you will give that banana bonda of Kerala, banana pakoda, you will give that. I'll eat full and then I'll say, okay, how are things going? Correct? How are things going? Sir, wait sir, vada pav is coming from Mumbai. Vada pav also you will eat. Okay, eat. Sir, I will ask, how is the company going? Just show me the books, I want to see. Company secretary, you are the company secretary. You will look at me and you say, sir, you have eaten everything, no? Just like every person is looking at your lecture, you are eaten from each and every corner, you have eaten properly. You have eaten, right? Please leave. I get enraged. Who the hell are you? So I am the company secretary. What do you think you are? So I am a professional. Why are you talking to me like that? Sir, because I am a CS. I have done the course. Have you done it? No. Shut up and sit. I am just asking for the books of accounts. No, it will not be given, sir. I treated you with respect. There is the door. Get out. I am the 100% shareholder. I want to see the books right now. Company secretary looks at you and says, hey, Poda. Now, can I sue the company? What do you think? Can I sue the company? Yes or no? Can I sue the company? The company secretary says, bro, go to 128.3. Where? 128.3 you go. There is something called inspection of accounts. The books of accounts and other books and papers maintained by the company within India shall be open for inspection at the registered office or at such other place in India by any director. Huh? Where is shareholder? Shareholder is not there only. It's not there, sir. That's what I told you. Please get out. I treated you with respect. You ate everything. You please leave now. Guys, 128 subsection 3. Shareholder has no power. Powerless fellow is to inspect the books of accounts. Basically nothing is there, shareholder. Full sad, I am going outside. Suddenly one fellow will come and keep the hand. I see, he's MCA. Mr. MCA. I'll cry. What MCA? You told full, in 179 you told I have power and all. Nothing you have given me, MCA. What is this nonsense? Said, no problem. 4 sections I'll give you. You go read those sections. Go read. 4 sections. So, you are at the center. No. Just turn around. 4 sections I'll give you. Section number 1 is 152.2 read with 160. When I'm writing section, full heartbeat. Oh, this fellow is writing section. This fellow is writing section. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more days, you will be ustad in all these things. Trust me. Okay? Don't worry. Don't worry about this. It's all stupid, guys. Chumma, I'm showing off. I'm showing off. Okay? I'm a show off. Okay, don't worry about all this, leave it. Okay, so if you see 152 to red with 160. What is this? Appointment of director. Who has the power to appoint the director? MC asks. Shareholder looks there. 152 to red with 160. 152 to red with 160. Let's open and read. Full excited I am because now suddenly MCA has come and helping me. No. 152 to red with 152 to you read. Every director shall be appointed by company in general meeting. Yes, me. Good. Company in general meeting means me only. Correct? So I am very, very happy. I am very happy. So what I'll tell? Super. Done. I'm doing it. Next, they'll ask. Look that side. Okay, I look that side. You want to throw out a director. 169. We just saw now, no? 169. Who can remove a director? Shareholder. Removal of director is the shareholder. MCA asks. Who can check the accounts? Director. Who can appoint the director? Me. Little energy comes. Correct, no? Who can throw out the director who is not listening to you? Me. Good. But MCA, one still doubt. I want to see the accounts, macha. Accounts and all, if I don't see how. MCA says control. Control. For that, you should have some caliber. What caliber? What caliber? You go to parts of Karnataka, go to Kerala, go to Tamil Nadu, go to Andhra, go to Mumbai, Maharashtra. Right now, there are people listening to some classes. Go to them and say, sir, please come. Wait for some time, 3-4 months, they'll come out. They'll come out as what? Chartered accountant, auditor. They'll say, he is the one boss, he is the one, not you. He or she has the caliber because 5 years they have died and they have reborn as auditors. Who are you? Chaprasi fellow you are. Shareholder. No problem. Go to them. They are very good people. Go to them. Few months, 2-3 months you leave, then you go. They'll come. Oh, good sir. So I can go to them, sir? Yes, sir. Section 139. Appointment of what? Auditor. Done by whom? Shareholder only. They are as of now going through certain things. They are completely, become ashes. From the ashes they are rising like the phoenix. Go to them. They will come and help you. Great. Right? That's the thing. Sir, instead of going to Kerala and all, instead of going to Maharashtra, by mistake I went to Pakistan, sir. Here by mistake I went to Sri Lanka, sir. Some random fellow I appointed, sir. Stupid fellow. Okay, no problem. There is section 140. Removal is there. Remove that fellow and go back to the ones who I told. They will only become the auditors. MCA will tell, bro, 4 powers, super powers you have. You are like Superman. Remove your shirt. S will be here. Seen. You are Superman. You are crying there that you don't want to see accounts. Hire a person who can see accounts. Who? Auditor, because he has the caliber. Correct? You are powerful. Narendra Modi travels so many countries. Who appointed Narendra Modi? I'll ask. I'm just asking. Right? Manmohan Singh went to everywhere. Who appointed Manmohan Singh? The people of the country. Just exactly power. You appoint Narendra Modi, then sit back and relax. Whatever he does, whatever he doesn't do, it's on you. Right? If you want to reappoint him, reappoint him. If you don't want to reappoint him, don't reappoint him. This is the power of democracy in our country. And this is nothing but corporate democracy. You are the superpower, my dear friend, is what MCA says. Once you appoint the director, sit back and relax. Let you see what they are doing and all those things. They are borrowing money, let them do. They are investing funds, let them do. They are issuing securities, let them do. They are selling undertaking, then stand up. Bro, I am also coming. 180, section 180. Selling undertaking, I have to come. No. He'll only tell, bro, come down. You see, give him some time. He didn't work properly. Throw him out. 169. Throw him out. I don't want him. Throw him. It's okay. You appointed auditors, correct, to do all these things. Aishwarya, you can make a note if you want to. No problem. You can make a note. Best idea, I'll tell you. You can take a picture also. Correct? You can take a picture also if you want to. But I personally feel if you write, put pen on paper, no, it will be fine. Okay, but if you're getting disturbed, you can't concentrate, no, take a picture, no tension. Cut my face, otherwise in all the pictures will be like 1, 2, 3, like this I'll come, right? So cut my face, let's take this picture. Alright, clear? Yes. So what I'm saying is, this is the scene. So we the people. Now tell me guys, I'll throw the same question at you. Who is more powerful? Who is more powerful? What do you think? Who is more powerful, guys? Shareholder or board? Yes, very simple. So the Companies Act, it's a two-tier mechanism. Two-tier mechanism. Company is at the center, board is there at one place, shareholders is there at the other place. For the day-to-day operations, definitely board is powerful, but overall power, for day-to-day operations, board is more powerful, friends, but overall power comes with whom? Overall power is with the SH. Overall power is with the shareholders. Day-to-day activities, who is more powerful? Board. Overall, shareholders. Overall, shareholders. This is the wonderful section of 179 which no CA student studies. 179 some miscellaneous. Leave. Based on this, any doubt that you have, you see, if act is silent, board. Now one more question. It says MOA, AOA and the act can give power to shareholder. In between the two, MOA, AOA overrides the act or act overrides MOA, AOA. What do you think? MOA, AOA overrides the act or act overrides MOA, AOA. What do you think? Shashank, Hiral, Rajaram, Arya, everyone. Good. So many people. Great. Act overrides. Yes. Always the act or not is what we need to see. So if you see guys, or is it always like that? So one section we need to see, section number 6. 6 clearly has one dialogue. Heading of the section only says act to override, memorandum, articles, etc. Provisions of this act shall have an effect notwithstanding anything contrary contained in MOA and AOA. Sir, this and all I don't understand. So tell in simple words. No problem, sir. It simply means act overrides AOA, MOA. Even if something reverse is given in AOA, MOA, what overrides what? Act overrides AOA, MOA. Act overrides AOA and MOA. Which means, sir, act says do A, AOA says do B. So what should I do, sir? Obviously A. Act says under 169 it is only shareholders. Can MOA give the power to the board? Definitely not, sir. But guys, I'll just show you one section. Just chumma, I'll show you one section. 103. Section number ignore. Concept concentrate. Section number ignore. 103 core. Only concept to listen. Section number leave it. Chumma I want to show off. No. My law faculty. Little bit I have to tell that section numbers and all I know. I'll keep telling some section number, you ignore. Okay. So if you see in 103 they have given the quorum. 5 members personally present, 15 members personally present, 30 members personally present. Okay, that's all they have given. The number of people is not more than 1000, 1000 up to 5000, exceeds 5000, like that. Fair enough. This is in case of a public company. Can I say, if for example, if the number of people is not more than 1000, instead of 5, quorum means minimum number of people required to transact a valid business at the meeting. Gautam, I am coming to that. Same thing, whatever you are asking. 5 minimum number of people required to transact a valid business. But if you see here, check this line. Unless the articles of the company provide for a larger quorum. Unless the articles of the company provide for a larger quorum. Means what? This is the beauty. The Act is giving power to the AOA to sort of prescribe something which is more than what the Act gives. I repeat, Act is only giving power to AOA. Act says 5 people, but it is giving power to the AOA to tell no, Act will not apply, make it more. This is the beauty of Companies Act. Sometimes Act gives the power to the AOA to override the Act, rather than override, to ensure that the AOA will apply over the Act, but Act has to give the power. If Act is silent, no power can be taken like that. So if you see guys, we saw section 6 now. What did section 6 say generally? Provisions of the Act will override the AOA. Provisions of the Act will override the AOA. But see this first line. Save as means what? Except. Save as means what? Except. Except otherwise expressly provided. Oh, full tension. No tension. Save as means except. Otherwise means ulta. Ulta than whatever you know. What do you know? Act overrides articles. Ulta. Otherwise expressly provided means what? Act expressly provides in the Act where it will it will allow the articles to override the Act. Did you understand this? Act, right? Act will allow the articles to override the Act. Best example here is quorum 103. 103. One more example, 2 examples I can give you. 63 2A, ignore, this is show off, ignore. One more is 62 2A, show off, ignore. 63 2A is what, friends? 63 2A is what? Issue of bonus shares. 68 2A is buyback. If I generally see these two, no company shall capitalize its profits. Basically, no company shall give bonus. Let's read like that. No company shall give bonus unless it is authorized by articles. Means what? In the articles, there should be a clause which says bonus will be payable. In the articles, there should be a clause that bonus can be payable. Only then bonus can be paid. Otherwise, bonus cannot be paid at all. If the articles are silent, can bonus be paid? If articles are silent, can bonus be paid? Never. If articles are silent, can bonus be paid? Never. But I still want to pay. How to do? Alter the articles. Alter the articles. Are you understanding? Alter the articles. Guys, are you getting it? Mic testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Are you getting? Great. Are you understanding here, Vivek? Did you understand or not, Vivek? Oh, you understood. Okay, cool. 68 2A. 68 is what? Buyback. No company shall purchase its own shares or specified securities under subsection 1 unless buyback is authorized by articles. Buyback is authorized by articles. Same. Clear? So to summarize, dear friends, first of all, day-to-day operations, BOD is powerful. Overall power, those four are called pillars of corporate democracy. Appointment of director, removal of director, appointment of auditor, removal of auditor, four pillars of corporate democracy. It is only with the shareholder. Third one, Act will always override the AOA and MOA. Exception, ulta is given, and that too expressly ulta is given. For that we saw examples, bonus, buyback and all those things. Very, very simple, guys. If the act is silent, then it is always the board of directors who has to do it. Very, very simple. And if you see, friends, if you see in the four pillars of corporate democracy, director is there, auditor is there. Director is there, auditor is there. What does the director prepare? Accounts of the company. What does the auditor do? Check the accounts of the company. Why is the shareholder investing in the company? Why is the shareholder investing in the company? To get dividend. Why is the shareholder investing in the company? To get dividend. That is exactly why these are the four ordinary businesses which are discussed at the annual general meeting. For a shareholder, this is all he wants. I want to appoint director, I want to appoint auditor, I want to consider my accounts, and finally I want to get dividend. That's it. If these four items are there, these are the ordinary items in the AGM. I don't want anything else. I want these three. That's it. These four. This is the basic structure. Did we understand the structure? This is how we need to study law. No other way. Is it confusing or is it understandable? What do you think? Understandable or is it confusing? What do you think, guys? Overall, I summarized for you. Right? I summarized for you. This is how you need to understand. Correct? Very, very simple. Based on this particular, structure, great. Based on this particular structure, we need to build the law now. One after the other, we need to build it. We need to build what all is there. So, three concepts that regularly come while discussing law. Three concepts that regularly come while discussing law, friends, is these three concepts. Let me discuss that. One, ordinary business. Two, special business. Next, ordinary notice, special notice. Next, ordinary resolution, special resolution. This you will hear again and again and again and again. So we should know the meaning. Before we go ahead, you should know the meaning of all these things because it keeps on going again and again and again. Ordinary business, special business, ordinary notice, special notice. First item what we need to understand is, it is not interlinked. You cannot say that for ordinary business it is always ordinary notice, it requires ordinary resolution. No. For special business it is always special notice, requires special resolution. No. Each of these things is different. Business is different from notice, notice is different from resolution. One by one, coolly we will study quickly. Business. Business is of two types, as we discussed: ordinary business and special business. Section reference, for your reference I'll give you, it is 1022A. This is 1022B. What point is this? Show off point. Ignore. Just for your reference I'm telling you. Do not get worried. No problem. ordinary business and special business. I told you 4 pillars of corporate democracy: auditors, dividend, directors, accounts. In Kannada, if I have to call somebody for our meeting place, I'll say come to our adda. I don't know in other language how it is. In Kannada it is come to our adda. Adda means meeting point. If you don't like this word, everyone has listened to, everyone knows about Sourav Ganguly, popularly called as Dada. Just remember that. Adda points, Dada points. Ordinary business: auditor, director, dividend, accounts. Auditor, director, dividend, accounts. If these 4 items are being discussed at a meeting, it is called ordinary business. But friends, there are 2 types of general meetings which we would have studied in CA Inter. Annual general meeting, extraordinary general meeting. AGM, EGM. Annual general meeting, extraordinary general meeting. Tell me, this particular thing happens at AGM or EGM? Friends, yes. If these adda points happen at AGM only then it is called ordinary. If the same adda points happen at EGM, dear friends, it is called special. Because if you see 102 2B, very peculiar dialogue is there. You see 102 2B. 102 2B. In case of any other meeting, here they are talking about annual general meeting. Any other meeting will be extraordinary general meeting. All businesses shall be deemed to be special, whether adda or other than adda, I don't care. Whether adda or other than adda, I don't care. The adda points at AGM will be ordinary only. So what is ordinary business? Important to know. Adda points at AGM. Adda points at EGM will be what? Special business. Sir, what about other than adda points at EGM? Bro, in EGM, adda only is special. Other than adda also will be special, no? All business at EGM is equal to special. Okay, sir, that's okay, sir. Sir, apart from those 4 adda points, can't I discuss other items in AGM like amalgamation, demerger? Your wish. Sir, then tell me, sir, what about other than adda points at AGM, sir? Like amalgamation, or if I discuss, what to do, sir? I already told you, only adda points at AGM, that combination. Adda point at AGM is ordinary. Other than that, it will be special. It is also special business. That's all. Simple businesses. I'm an evaluator. What will I see when I ask you about ordinary business? I don't care about other things. I'll just see adda is there, AGM is there, tick, tick, full marks. That's all. Not joking. I don't care what story you write. I will see adda is there, AGM is there, tick, tick, done. That is about businesses. Now let us come to resolution, friends. Resolution. Resolution again, friends, is ordinary resolution, special resolution. Ordinary resolution is under section 1141. Show off, show off, show off. Special resolution 1142. Ordinary resolution will be more than half, more than 51, more than what? More than or equal to half, more than or equal to 51. What do you think? If there are 1200 people in the company, ordinary resolution will be 601 or what? The law says votes cast in favor must be more than votes cast against. Point number 1. Point number 2. Notice has to be given properly as per section 101. These are the keywords that the evaluator will look. In 1200 people, 1000 equity shareholders have come. 200 preference shareholders have come. Votes cast in favor, votes cast against. Is it 501 or 601? or 601? Yes, sir, 501. Next question. In the 1000 that are there, in the 1000 equity shareholders that are there, 800 equity shareholders attend the meeting, 200 do MB, means what? Mass bunk. Now tell me, sir, is it 401 or 501, sir? Yes, boss, you're right, 401. Next question. Out of the 800 people who attend the meeting, 700 people vote, 100 people eat. They come to the meeting for eating. Catering is super. They'll eat. Now tell me, sir, 401, 351. Yes. In a gist, to summarize, if I have to write this, the keyword that the examiner will look at. Why did you choose equity shareholders? Because equity shareholders are entitled to voting rights. Why did you choose those who are attending and voting? Because that is the keyword that we need to write, my dear buddies. In 1141, I am an evaluator, I will only see one line. So, entitled and voting, this is the keywords that must be there in the answer, nothing else. Everything else is story. Entitled and voting. Entitled means those who have the right. As per voting rights section 43 to 47, we know that only equity shareholders have the right. Voting means what? Present and voting. If I am seeing something, I will only see these three keywords. Notice has to be given properly. Those in favor must be more than those against. Entitled and voting. There ends the matter. Any other story, I don't care as an evaluator. Fast track batch is about presentation aspects. If you don't attend this fast track batch, you will anyway write something and get 50. My attempt here 15-20 marks more. I want us to get 70. For that 15-20 marks, we need to work hard. We need to write stuff in a nice way. And this 15-20 marks will add a lot of value in our career and also bring down the, pressure that we have on other subjects like SFM, FR and all those heavy duty subjects. Auditing and law, especially auditing, no, auditing still tension is there. Law is one subject where people actually, take it for granted. It's okay, we'll see later. Later will become alt tab. May, November, alt tab. Alt tab, in computer you do, right? That's the thing. So guys, if you see, that is all I'm going to look at. That is all I am going to look at. A small test. I will open special resolution and give you. You tell me the keywords. Come on, aram se tell me keywords. You are the evaluator. What will you see? We are in the process of unlearning and learning, friends. Do not worry. Take the plunge. I am here for you. Do not worry. Tell me 3 points. Tell me 3 points. Kerala buddies, come on, answer. Other people are brilliantly answering here. Brilliant. Good, good. Answer, guys. Brilliant, guys. All of you are typing. I'm very happy. Good. Superb. So nice, man. 3 systems I have to see. Here, like this. I have to keep going. Nice. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant. Very good, guys. Excellent. Very, very good. So, 3 things, guys. The first one, notice has to be duly given. Second one, in the notice you have to mention that the intended resolution is a special resolution. Sir, I sent notice on time, 21 days. Good, sir. Sir, but in there I forgot to mention it is special resolution. Gone. Meeting is void. Or the resolution is void. Third one, the votes cast in favor must be 3 times the votes cast against. Total 4 votes were there. 1 was against, 1 was for. Basically 3 out of 4. Sir, too much difficult, sir. No problem. You can simply say greater than or equal to 75%. Which brings us to the question, sir, should I write the law when I am writing the answer verbatim? Verbatim means copy paste as if I am only writing it. Answer is no. We are human beings, not machines. We cannot remember stuff. Always write law, the keywords in your own words. Law in your own words. I keep repeating this. What do students see? Sir has told, write words in your own law. Own law. Yeah, right. Kerala Companies Act 2020, amended daily. Chennai Super Companies Act 2020, amended by the minute. Correct? No. Greater than or equal to. At least means what? Greater than or equal to. So you can say minimum 75%. No problem. Write law in your own words, guys. It's absolutely okay. We are human beings at the end of the day. Sir, I did not write votes cast in favor must be minimum 3 times the votes cast against. You are not Shashi Tharoor. Correct? You are not Shashi Tharoor. Write at least 75%. Instead of greater than or equal to, you can write at least 75%. Got it? At least 75% of the valid votes. Sir, I gave the notice on time. Good, sir. Sir, 93% of them voted, sir, in favor. Excellent, sir. Sir, but one problem, sir. In the notice, I forgot to mention that this item of business was special resolution. Gone. Void ab initio. These are the keywords. As an evaluator, I would just look at these three keywords, key sentences, whatever key phrases. Are you getting it, friends? That's all there is to it. Last part, friends, notice. We'll only do one notice, we'll not do special notice, we'll only do ordinary notice. Special notice later. Special notice later. Sir, what is this ordinary notice, sir? Whatever meeting ka notice you have to give 21 clear days before the meeting as per the law. Clear days before the meeting. Sir, is the word clear? Clear. Huh? Is the word clear? Clear. No, sir, it is unclear. What is clear is not clear. Full today, you'll be like, what is this fellow telling? What is this? What is clear is not clear. Yes. It's like a philosopher you should tell. You should go tell your mom today. Mom, under section 101 of the Companies Act 2013, what is clear is not clear. Which means what is clear is actually unclear. Like that you tell. One slap you will get, then you will wake up. Okay. So friends, actually it's not clear. So what is it? Working days? Is it excluding public holiday? Is it excluding national holiday? We don't know. What is clear is actually not clear. What do we do? When there is faulty draftsmanship, the way the lawmaker has drafted is not so clear. Generally, 90% of the interpretation I will use something called litera legis. For old syllabus, interpretation of statute also comes for 4 marks. For new syllabus, it is not there because it is shifted to CA Inter. But if you do not know interpretation of statutes, there is no point in being called as a chartered accountant. Interpretation of statute is to interpret the words and law, which is most needed for us for GST, law, audit to some extent, and definitely DT. Right? So 90% of the time, litera legis means what? It is literal construction. A means a company, the means that particular company, may means discretionary, shall means mandatory. That's very simple. Read the words, close it. But sometimes the law suffers from faulty draftsmanship. The way it has been written is, they have thought about something where the true intention is not being projected. When the true intention is not being projected, me as an interpreter of law, decoder of law, should step into the shoes of the lawmaker. What are the sources of law? I digress for 2 minutes. What are the sources of law? Legislature. Who makes the law, guys? Legislature. Draft will be given to the public. Again, public comments will be taken. Then it will be introduced in the, Lok Sabha, passed in the Lok Sabha. Standing committee will be there, will make the changes needed. Then it will go to Rajya Sabha. Again, changes will be made. Then it will be passed to the Rajya Sabha. Then it will go to the, President of India. He will say, okay. Then it will be published in the official gazette. Only then the law is said to have been passed. Fair enough. Second one, we have judicial precedent. Judicial precedent means what? The Supreme Court observes certain things because of which the lawmaker only changes the law. But it is the Supreme Court decision which drove it. 1 second. Yeah. So it is the Supreme Court decision that drove it, friends. SR Steel case law, which we'll discuss in IBC. Right. The Nirbhaya rape case, where a 16-year-old kid caused the most heinous crime in the Indian context on a lady, which created uproar across the country, was perpetrated by a 16-year-old guy. The court was unable to fathom or understand how a 16-year-old kid can do such a barbaric crime. So he said, I cannot believe that 18 plus only criminal law will apply. I should ensure that this also will apply to 16 plus. So they pushed for a change in law, whereby even now a 16-year-old can be tried as an adult after they change judicial precedent. Third one. Today I walk into a temple with slippers on, allowed or not? Today I walk into the thing with slippers on, allowed or not? No. I will tell the priest, I will wear slippers. He will tell, no, you cannot wear slippers. I will say, show me. Temple removal of chappal act. Show me. Where is it? He will slap me. I will be thrown out. Right? There is always this. Can I go to a mosque with slippers on? Can I go to a church with slippers on? Depends on the church. KG Yesudas, a very, very good singer, has sung albums and albums in favor or, in utmost devotion to the Guruvayur temple deity. His one wish is to go into the temple, to the sanctum sanctorum of the Guruvayur temple. The priest said no. Because, friends, in India, the customs are also the law. Beautiful. In India, customs are law. We have so many customs. But sometimes there will be a tiff between customs and Indian constitution. Example, Sabrimala temple. Example, Ayodhya dispute. Got it? Custom, Sabrimala. Can women go in? Can women not go in? Correct? Can women go in? Not go in? Sabrimala temple. So that there will be always this, between the two happening. So guys, customs and tradition also form part of the law. Very much form part of the law. No doubt about it. Right? So, because of faulty draftsmanship sometimes, what happens? Because of faulty draftsmanship, what happens, friends? Here and there will be a problem. So now tell me, friends, clear days means what? I have to use the intention of law. To go by the intention of law, friends. An intention of law is called as reasonable construction. Thereby, clear days means what? Common sense. Day of sending the notice excluded. When I say before the meeting, date of the meeting also should be excluded. And if I am sending via post, as per section 20, 48 hours will be postal transit. That also should be excluded. So friends, when I say 21, it is 21 plus 2 plus 2 if it is via post. Totally 25 days. Sir, but post, if I am sending via email, sir. Sir, if I am sending via email, sir, what to do? It is 21 plus 2, 23 days. This plus 2 is not there. Sir, how did I see that? Very simple, sir. If it is post, add 2. If it is not post, don't add 2. So, do you mean to say, sir, this section 20 with the rules, etc. will come only when the post is there? Yes. I will apply the law when it applies. Until then, I will give effect to both the provision. This is called harmonious construction. Got it? So what is 21? 21 plus 2 plus 2. This completes our discussion on the resolutions. Sundays and public holidays are to be ignored? Yes. Sundays and public holidays have to be ignored. Sundays and public holidays have to be ignored. As simple as that. Right? So these are the entire thing, guys. Now, coming to a few things which we need to know before we proceed would be certain items which we are going to discuss now for the benefit of everyone. Point number 1. What do you mean by, okay, is foreign company a company? Is foreign company a company? What do you think? Is foreign company a company? Come on, guys, last leg, come on. Yes. No, body corporate. Others. Everyone, please. Foreign company is a company. Let us see the definition of company. 2 clause 20. Clause 20. Company means. What do you mean by the word means? It means it is an exhaustive definition, friends. No other meaning can be given. The entire meaning is restricted only to those 2 lines given. Correct? Means what? It is a completely exhaustive definition. Exhaustive definition. No other meaning can be given. And it is restrictive in the sense it only applies to those two lines. So it is very, very imperative for us to see these things. Means a company incorporated under this act or under previous law. Under this act means 2013. Previous law means 1956 and before. Where there is foreign company? A foreign company is not a company, friends. But as some of you have rightly told, a foreign company is a body corporate. 2 clause 11. Because, friends, body corporate is an inclusive definition. Body corporate is an inclusive definition. A body corporate or corporation includes a company incorporated outside India. Includes a company incorporated outside India. This is a normal company incorporated outside India. Inclusive definition. So, friends, a foreign company is not a company. Can you believe it? Right? That's the thing. Now, in that sense of the term, if that is the sense of the term, foreign company is just a body corporate. Tell me, friends, what would be the holding and subsidiary company ka definitions in 2 clause 87? For a holding company to be called as the holding company, Should it have more than 50%, more than or equal to 50%, more than 51%, more than or equal to 51% of what? Paid up share capital, total share capital, subscribed share capital, issued share capital? Answer. Sometimes we wonder, basic stuff we may not know, sometimes. Answer. Today exercise time, we'll do exercise here only. Tell me guys. More than 50, more than 51. Other buddies here, down. No, I have to see down buddies, up buddies, side buddies. Great. One thing most of you have got right is this one, more than 50%. Tell me, is it issued share capital? No, sir. Subscribed share capital? No, sir. Total share capital, paid up share capital? No, sir. Total share capital also? No, sir. Earlier it was, sir. Then they amended on 7th May 2018, sir. What is it now, sir? Total voting power. What are the keywords that I will see, sir? One keyword, sir. Second keyword, sir. Sir, here some nonsense I have written, sir, in the exam. Good. 0. Are you understanding, friends? Hello, mic testing. 1, 2, 3. Are you able to understand? It is total voting power. Earlier it was total share capital, which was equity and convertible preference share capital. It was creating all havoc. They deleted it. Total voting power, which is nothing but equity share capital. Simple. Sir, I am writing the definition. You write whatever the hell you want. I am only saying two things. More than half TVP. That's it. Sir, I am writing stories. Right. Show me these two words. That's all I want. Are you getting my point? More than half of TVP. Is holding shares. Some of you attended Chinmay sir in the morning's class. He would have showed the accounts perspective today. I was listening. Next door only is teaching. Right? Accounts perspective. Now I am telling the law perspective. Those who attended both, I am telling. Correct? Is holding shares only the criteria for holding subsidiary relationship? No, sir. H company gives loan of 100 crore. And through a loan agreement, they say, I am controlling 6 out of 10 directors in your company. That's all. Control the composition of the board of directors. Holding subsidiary relationship. Sir, okay. H controls 60% of S1, sir. S1 controls 53% of S2, sir. And H doesn't have anything, sir, in S2. No problem. Subsidiary of a subsidiary is a subsidiary of the holding. That we all know. No problem. Sir, can a holding company have a foreign subsidiary, sir? You said subsidiary is a company, na sir. But foreign subsidiary is a body corporate. That is exactly why my 2 clause 87 is so important to understand. 2 clause 87 is so important to understand, dear friends. Going on here. Expression company includes any body corporate. Sir, you told me 2 clause 20, company means incorporated in India. Okay, sir. Body corporate, you told me, it includes foreign company. That also I agree, sir. Now you are telling company includes body corporate. Boss, it is only for the purpose of this clause, boss. Which clause? To clause 87. Even to clause 87. Dear friends, remember, even Santa comes with a clause. Everything has a clause. Even Santa comes with a clause, right? So, E silent, leave it. So, it is what? That's the thing. Only for the purpose of this clause, you are telling, sir, if this holding company controls some foreign subsidiary, you are telling this company, this body corporated also company, sir? Yes. Brilliant. Then ulta I'll ask, sir, can this subsidiary, Indian subsidiary, can it have a foreign holding company in that case? Can an Indian subsidiary have a foreign holding company in that case? What do you think? 287 only talks about the subsidiary company, doesn't talk about the holding company. So can an Indian subsidiary have a foreign holding company? Yes or no? I cannot go to 2 clause 87. Why? Because that is subsidiary company definition. I have to go to holding company definition. Holding company definition, 2 clause 46. 2 clause 46. Don't worry about section number. Please concentrate on the keywords that I am discussing. Very important while writing the answer. Holding company means a company. But see the explanation. Lawmakers also learn from their mistakes, guys. 2013 Act they didn't write. 2018 May they wrote. For the purposes of this clause, company includes body corporate. So a foreign holding company with Indian subsidiary, Indian holding company with foreign subsidiary are all covered under 2 clause 87 and 2 clause 46. Are we understanding this? This is the beauty of law, my dear friends. Keywords. When I am reading the law, I should see the keywords. I just hold 60%. I have no control over the board of directors as such, technically. This is like a normal voting, shareholding arrangement. I have 60% shareholding, no tension. But the remaining person who has 40%, he has the power to do it. He has more voting power. That's why they changed it to total voting power now, actually. I just have control over composition, but I don't have shareholding, doesn't matter. Because in 2 clause 87, they have told more than half or control the composition. Or is there, not and. Or is there, not and. Got it? Brilliant. Next. Sir, I am H Limited. Okay. Sir, Kerala state government, Karnataka state government, Andhra Pradesh state government, Telangana state government, Maharashtra state government, Tamil Nadu state government, they all have, sir, 10% each. Is H Limited a government company? For you to be called as a government company, there should be central government, state government or combo more than 50%, more than or equal to 50%, more than 51%, more than or equal to 51%, total share capital, issued share capital, subscribed share capital, paid up share capital, total voting power. Answer. What are the keywords? Hint, 2 clause 45. Answer guys, answer. Come on. Kerala buddies, come on. Waiting for your answer here. It is what? Good, brilliant. Greater than or equal to 51% of PUC. 1, 2, 3, 4 damar. It is not TVP, it is PUC. Full C? Sir, how sir? Cheating? No cheating. It's the law. What cheating? Sir, till now you are telling TVP. Yeah, till now I told. Now I am changing. See here. Not less than 51% of PUC. Where is TVP? Sir, why are you doing all this and torturing me, sir? Are you mad? Why are you doing all this, sir? What is the point of this discussion? Is there any point? Will they give all these theory questions which are like some CA Inter? They know how well we have cleared CA Inter. Mistakes of the past will come haunt us in the CA final examination, dear friends. What do you think? Are you getting it? Yeah, Sanjay, you're right. Later we'll discuss that. But I was just asking the wordings. What were the wordings? See, wordings. Right? If it is differential voting right, it's different. I will not do that concept now, it will create confusion. I was just concerned about the keywords that you have to write in the examination. Got it? See, they have asked. Central government and government of Maharashtra together hold 40% of PUC, MN Limited. This is in your second module. In your second module, dear friends, those of you who have the books, it is given. I have given papers from May 2016 till November 2019. All papers we are going to solve in the class itself. As and when one cluster goes, we will go. Page number you need to find, man. I don't know page number and all. It will be beginning only, May 16. Just check. This is module number 2. No. This is module number 2 here. May 16 to November 19. 115 onwards. This will be 115. Some 117, 118. You check, it will be there. Got it? Are you understanding? So friends, okay, so let's come back here. It is what? PUC. Okay sir, central government has 60% of H Limited, sir. H Limited is controlling 6 out of 10 directors of Y Limited, sir. Is H Limited a government company, sir? Yes. Sir, is Y Limited also a government company, sir? Yeah, Vivek, that is for differential voting rights. That is not relevant now, we'll see later. I was just asking about the wordings, what wordings they have given, paid up share capital. In DVR, differential voting rights, PUC will not come. So that you leave. Let's not discuss that, will create confusion. Same thing I told you also. Answer. Yes, why? Because 2 clause 45 says includes a subsidiary. Includes a subsidiary. Clear? So CG 60% H Limited, 6 out of 10 Y Limited. Includes a subsidiary. Got it? One more. X Limited is there. 60% in Y Limited. 53% in Z Limited. No problem. Y Limited controls 23% of P Limited. J Limited controls 21% of Y Limited. X is a holding company, Y is the company that I am discussing, Z is a subsidiary company. What is P? P is an associate. 2 clause 6. This 23% is actually in the keywords they have given significant influence. Significant influence means greater than or equal to 20% of total voting power. Dear friends, the concept of total voting power is only in two places now. One is subsidiary company, one is associate company. 2 clause 87, 2 clause 6. In government company, it is the other way around. Is associate company of subsidiary an associate company of parent company? That in consolidation everything is removed and then it is consolidated. For that purpose of that it is yes, otherwise it is not. It is not an associate of the parent company. But friends, from Y Limited's point of view, J is investing more than 20%. So for J, Y is an associate, correct. But from Y's point of view, who is J? Y is investing 23 in P. So P is an associate of Y. Y is an associate of J. But from Y's point of view, who is J? From Y's point of view, who is J? From J's point of view, Y is an associate, no problem. From Y's point of view, who is J? From Y's point of view, who is J Limited? Who is J Limited? It's called as a investing company or venturer company. Investing company or venturer company. Are we clear? Investing company or venturer company. Central government has 60% of X Limited. X Limited is controlling 6 out of 10 directors of Y Limited. We have already discussed this. Why are you writing, sir, again? I'll tell you. This is a government company. This is a subsidiary of government company. Who will appoint the auditors of this company, friends? Who will appoint the auditors of this company? Comptroller and Auditor General. Perfect. Comptroller and Auditor General. Central government has given loan to X Limited, where X Limited, central government controls 6 out of 10 directors. X Limited on the other hand has 60% of Y Limited. I have just reversed this. Is X Limited a government company? Then is Y Limited a government company? Is X Limited a government company? In the government company definition, there is no concept of controls the composition of the board. Hence, X Limited is not a government company. Y Limited is not a government company. Because this controls the composition is not there in 2 clause 45. Right? So now tell me, who will appoint the auditor of X Limited and Y Limited? Shareholders or C&AG? Shareholders or C&AG? So they can ask this in auditing. We will all write shareholders and come. Why? Because we have probably not read the BEAR Act. When I come home and check who will appoint for government company and all, if I open 139(7) and start reading, in the case of a government company, okay, or any other company owned or controlled by central government, oh my God, bro, what is this? Who will do it? This is first auditor, normal auditor. Who will do it, friends? C&AG. Because 139 doesn't just talk about government company, it will talk about government controlled company, which we controlled and didn't study. Bro, what is control, bro? 2 clause 27. Are you understanding the importance of reading the BEAR Act, my dear friends? 2 clause 27. And asked in the exam also, control shall include the right to appoint majority of the directors. That's all. Over. Damar. Control shall, in whatever you already know, you know, plus it includes the right to appoint majority of the directors. In my example here, majority of directors. Government controlled company. Who will appoint? C&AG has to appoint. This is the beauty of Companies Act. This is how the questions will come. That is why we need to read the keywords. This was a very, very strong foundation. Correct? One more last example. If you want to see, like for example, small company. Small company. To clause 85. Where paid up share capital does not exceed 50 lakhs, the other one you leave. Turnover does not exceed 2 crores. Generally does not exceed means paid up capital does not exceed means less than or equal to 50 lakhs. Turnover does not exceed 2 crores. In the exam they actually asked you, paid up capital was 40 lakhs, turnover was 3 crore. Full confusion in life. Bro, is this or and, bro? What to do? I didn't read that. For you to be called as a small company, should you have paid up capital less than or equal to 50 lakhs and turnover also less than or equal to 2 crore, or should it be or? The law initially said or. Companies which had paid up capital 10 lakh, turnover 200 crore also called themselves small company and took all the exemptions. Then they realized, no, this is wrong. They removed it and made it and. For a small company, your PUC should be less than or equal to 50 lakhs and turnover should be less than or equal to 2 crores. Next attempt, they said paid up capital equal to 50 lakhs. Institute only can give like this. That less than or equal, less than or equal, less than or equal, that only they'll play. Equal to 50 lakhs. Turnover equal to 2 crore, like that they asked. And they said and. If paid up capital exactly equal to 50 lakhs, turnover exactly equal to 2 crore, is it a small company because both conditions are satisfied? Small company or not? Yes. It is a small company. It is a small company. Coming out of the examination hall, bro, chiller paper, bro. So easy it is, no tension. Small company and all that ask, enter. See, 285 I wrote section number also. See. Small company means a company other than a public company. Suddenly, question paper open. Other than public company, other than public company, other than company, X Limited, public company, Damar, con. Are you understanding, guys? Small company means other than a public company. Public company PUC 1 rupee. Turnover 0. Not a small company. Small company means other than public company. Means what? Small company is a private company. We will not even see this. Institute makes us see this. They will not allow us to see this. We will not see this. That's the beauty of law. You go to the paper, write the paper, come out and say, Macha, 72.5 guarantee. That also calculated properly. 72.5 means 72.5. That's it. In the result, divided by 2, divided by 3, because we do not read the Bare Act. So the next few days, what we are going to do is unlearn and learn back. You will never forget today's discussion. Small company, private. Government company, only government company shareholding. Ulta is not there. But government controlled Ulta is there. Yes or no, guys? Did you understand where we are going wrong? That is the reason why law seems to be very tricky. Seems to be very easy, but in the exam, different thing happens. On that note, we will end today's class. Tomorrow, let us dive in to the wonderful concept of cluster number 1 without further ado. We'll go into the concept of cluster 1. Right, which has to be the sequence. Sometimes I'll jumble it up. It is going to be like that. Next few days, it's going to be awesome fun. We'll be discussing everything in depth as much as possible. No pre-reading needed. No pre-reading needed. That day's concept you study and come. That's all. Like today, what we did, revise. That's all. Next day, what we do, revise. Next day, what we do, revise. No pre-reading needed. Come as if we don't know anything. Absolutely no. I'll take it from there. You have invested money. Every rupee you need to get a return. Every paisa you need to get a return. Right? Yes. So if you see, basically we will be covering all these previous year's question papers and all these things. Alright? And this year's RTP not yet released. When they release, we will see what to do with that. Okay? Suppose there are other amendments which are needed, I will release it in the form of a YouTube video which you can access. Alright? On that note, friends, first day for me was amazing. So I hope you also enjoyed it. Okay? Meet you tomorrow, dear friends. Sleep well, eat well. I hope it was fun. It was fun for me. Alright? Thank you so much. See you. Bye. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. See you guys. Bye. See you.